Okay, you know what? Let's just start. Okay, go on.
Do I have to stand, or is it okay if I just sit?
You're fine.
You can sit.
Cool.
Okay. So we're looking at the target audience for the PMC, what they want, how we will fulfill their needs, so on and so forth. Our target audience is really everybody. So in-house is like students and teachers, but then we also want their families and their friends, and to pass it on like by word of mouth and so on and so forth. Our in-house campaign will be looking at putting up posters and having like announcements, but we'll also talk about other things later in the presentation. We also want to contact like Twyford Times or something, so we can put the poster in the Twyford Times, and then because it gets sent by email to the parents and stuff, they can see it, so they get the information and they have it on record, so they can just refer back to it to their email or something.
We had some other promotional ideas because, as Coral said, we're kind of promoting to students and teachers, so the students and parents, sorry. And obviously, because we're doing most of our promotion in school, the main target audience that we're trying to go for mainly is students, because obviously most of the time, you know, the parents will get emails, or the students will relay back to their parents, you know, what they've seen. So we did a couple of surveys on what the students liked in the past years and what they might like to see again when it comes to promotion. And we did some that went round to form groups of lots of different age groups, and we also did some paper ones to sixth formers. And the main three things that they said they really liked that they'd seen in previous years or liked to hear this year were a jingle, a video in assembly, preferably one that's comical because it's more memorable, and posters. And we also we went into like where they might want to see the posters, where would they most likely look at them. So same with the video, and they liked the way that, like last year, the video kind of interacted with them walking into the assembly at the same time. So we concentrated on those, so we've got quite a few ideas for posters, and we've realised that people mostly look at them in A and B block on stairways. And jingle ideas, we've got some ideas, we wanted to make that comical as well, and we decided we should pick, rather than go for something completely different that people are already going to have to remember, we went for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme tune because everyone remembers it, so we thought we'd use that backtrack with someone funny talking over the top, which is you, sir, because everyone finds you comical.
Appreciate that.
So those are the ideas, in a good way. Those are the ideas. We also chose some funny students to do the video as well, so that because they said video, one good thing for the video was that it was comical. So those were some of the ideas we had.
Some of the advice given to us by the students was to avoid using forced jokes, boring text, boring posters, making the video unmemorable, as well as the poster, and to avoid late promotion, and to allow ourselves enough time to get the promotion out so it can, like as I said, word of mouth, so it can stretch and then people can pass it on to other people and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
In order to make it successful, we're going to take this advice into consideration. As he said, like, do the video because they've asked for it, make it funny because they've asked for it, and so on and so forth.
Okay, the next point we looked at were what the selling points of the PMC were and how we plan to overcome the areas that were difficult. So firstly was the quality of the music and the judges. So like like you said, every year there's a guest judge and then just someone from the school. So like you said, in one of the lessons you were trying to get McFly in. And the style of the competition, so every year it's not the same mix of acts. There might be solos, there might be groups, and there might be rare acts such as rock and big variety. And a unique competition, since not many other schools have it. And so especially to the new year 12s and year 7s, so if they've never seen it before, then it might be a new thing for them to, like, either for the year 12s to get involved in it, actually performing, or just maybe coming to watch, or supporting it by telling everyone about it. And the concept, the idea of having where all the performances are backed up by live instruments, so no pre-recorded tracks, just to show how talented people are and how skilled, how well they can work in teams. And and this challenges everyone to get involved in teamwork, putting together their own groups, seeing how they can show their skill to the rest of the school and try and become the winner. Yeah. And then the next point was the audience preferences and ideas. So some of the constructive criticism we got was that some of the previous ones may have been a bit unprofessional, like unclear to read, or maybe spelling errors such as that. And yeah, that was mostly on the posters, whereas the videos, it was very humorous. I can't remember if there was a jingle. Yeah, there was a jingle last year, I think. And was there another next point?
Yeah, I was just gonna circle back to like where we were gonna play the jingle and stuff. Okay. So I'm just gonna circle back to that point. It was just we did more stuff because we thought about where we might be able to play the jingle, and first of all we thought just on the radio station, like just an assembly or something, but we realised often when people are like walking around in the playground, and even if it did play on the radio station, it's only going to be like, because we thought kids are only going to have a really short attention span. They're not going to spend time listening to the whole thing, so it's only like 20 seconds long. And we thought if it's 20 seconds long on the radio and it's played like once or twice at lunchtime, people might not be able to hear what it's saying or something. So we thought we should play it maybe on the radio station a couple of times, and people might pick up on it. And at the end of the video,
yeah,
we said as
we
well,
include it in the video so that the campaign is linked throughout
the whole thing. And we might put something on the posters, say like at the bottom, listen out for the jingle done by Mr. Fellows. We thought might be a good idea, and we thought closer to the time as well to try and relate to some of the younger years, because even though they can't participate, they can still come and support people. We got the mentors, like 4 mentors, to mention it to their forms in order to try and create hype.
Oh, and also, more to the time, about from 2 weeks later, the announcements and assembly thought maybe done by you, since you're known for like the music and everything, and you're related to the PMC.
Video, and it will be related to like the jingle and then the video, so that if you like were like the main person, that it would all connect and that it wouldn't be too confusing.
Or memorable.
Okay.
That was
Can I ask some questions? Or you got more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you got any more? Have you done your marketing strategy yet?
Yeah, that's the next one.
Okay.
Okay, marketing strategy. Even though we didn't have a budget, since like we didn't need any money because everything's given to us in school, we managed to like print out the audition posters, everything, and we have all the cameras to make the videos, we have all the equipment to make the jingle, and we've also created a plan for each week closer. So 3 weeks later, we'll be 3 weeks before. Sorry, we'll be playing the jingle and the video, and the posters will already be up.
Yeah.
They'll be up, and every week we'll check on them to see if they're still there. So yeah, like 2 weeks before, they'll still be playing the jingle. We might play the video again.
And we were thinking we were just thinking playing it in one, like, because obviously each year has like an assembly in a week, so we're thinking play it in every assembly every day for a week, and then basically most people have heard it by then.
And the announcements will be from 2 weeks, 1 week, and then 1 week later we just have to get ready for it, make sure all the posters are still there.
Get into form rooms, get into assemblies.
Ask the form mentors how much their form is really engaged with it.
Maybe just play the jingle in assemblies rather than replaying the whole video. Just play the jingle in assemblies just to remind everyone.
Like when people are coming in and coming out of assembly, something like that.
Just play the jingle, and then before they play the outro music.
And your promotional material?
Yeah. For our promotional material, our posters are not completely ready at the moment.
We've got the layouts, and they're almost there. They're very nearly there.
For the video, we've had complications with recording, so we're going to be recording tomorrow, but I don't think I'll have enough time to edit, so I'm going to try and edit the first week and like send you a sample so you know what we're doing. I've done a plan, I've like a script for it, and I've like sorted out the material, storyboard and stuff, and so everything's ready for it, but when we come back from holidays, I'll send like a clip or something just so you know what's going on and know what's going to be in the video. For the jingle.
The jingle, yeah, was we've
okay, yeah,
spoken,
you've
yeah,
spoken
sort
to
of about
me, yeah.
recording
Yeah,
that.
we've spoken to you about the jingle, so
Yeah,
yeah.
get that recording.
Have you got any plan to show, sir, the promotional period? Have you got any poster, the plan of the poster to show, which you said you had?
The plan of the poster you want to?
No, I just know the layouts because I've got 2 different layouts. One for one of them, which I will be showing the some of the photos from the previous PMCs, and then leading up to the current one. And another one, well, both of them will have everything that's necessary, the information. And the other one will be more like a few pictures in there, just the information, like more basic than the other one. So one is more creative. Just can decide which one to use once it's done.
Okay. And when will sir see that?
Once I finish them, I'll email them to you.
We need a date.
Yeah,
By Saturday.
Okay. Okay, I've got a handful of questions. Firstly, I think it's very good. I think I particularly enjoy and I'm appreciating the fact that you have put in the research to see what's worked well in previous years. And you know, myself and Mr. Francis Masogan, we can all tell you that the ticket sales have not been easy for the PMC actually. There was a couple of years ago where we really struggled, and we always sell out, but even when it was in the lyric, even here, even given how much people say they're going to go, actually selling the tickets is a very difficult process. So I appreciate the effort that you've put into that and the planning, and I think your video idea and the posters and everything sounds fantastic. Okay, it sounds like you've really nailed the idea. I also am appreciating the fact that you have asked students to do it. Now, last year the 2 students that promoted it were also drama students and did it, and were, basically wouldn't let anyone else be involved. But for you, actually, I think it's quite important that you've done the research. You found out who will market something really well, and then put them in the video, which is really good. My main questions would be, how long is it going to be, and have you spoken to Mr. Bennett, particularly, and I suppose Miss Barry as well, about the length of that at the end of an assembly? Now that can be a problem when we've done house events. We've had issues where heads of year, and particularly actually the performance centre assemblies, overrun. So whether there is potential, sometimes it doesn't get played because either the assembly is overrun, or the person doesn't know there's going to be a video, or the tech team have, for whatever reason, not got it ready. And that can be because, that's not a criticism of you, Oscar, obviously, but when you're leaving year 9s in charge or year 10s in charge, it doesn't happen. So how are you going to guarantee, firstly, that what is the length of it going to be, and how are you going to guarantee that you have permission to play it and that everyone is ready to play it?
So the timing.
It's going to be really short. I think
Yeah.
we only drawed it up so that it's only going to be kind of
Like,
30-40 seconds long,
yeah.
like a minute long at most.
Okay.
So it's quick and it's engaging, so they get everything to the point, and then it's just done.
Again, they're not going to sit around and listen to every single detail, so like sharp so that they'll remember it.
If it doesn't get played in assemblies, or try and get it played in like 4 times for the people who missed it.
I was going to say, sorry, I can sit in with the year 9s to make sure it gets played for every day that we need to. Sit up there in the tech box to make sure it's all queued up and ready, so we definitely get it played every day.
Like we did before, we set up a PowerPoint presentation before we asked the questionnaire. Maybe we can send that again, but like send the video and the jingle instead, so just in case it isn't played to assembly, that it still reaches to our audience. Informed time, so yeah.
And what about showing it to some of the senior management to make sure they're okay with it being played?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we need that permission
email them.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll show it to a couple of, once we've got it all finished up, we've got it finalised, then we can show it to a couple of them. We'll talk to them close to the time.
Yeah, when I send you the video, I'll send it to them, see what they think, if anything needs to be edited, something that they don't like in specific, and then, yeah, from there we'll see if they'll be allowed to be shown.
Yeah, if you email us a link to where it's saved, it'll be too big to email, and then copy in Mr. Bennett and Miss Barry, and then it should be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And from there, my next question was about social media, and whether you had thought about using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube particularly.
Yeah, we can make a Facebook page.
Actually, I haven't thought about that.
No, we have
But
to
I think
knock
it would be a
things.
good idea because
That'd be quite an easy thing to do as well. It's not take very long. We'll just put some pictures up from past PMCs and say, come to the PMC,
Yeah.
like this page. Okay, we'll take that into account and we'll do some planning around that, so take it into consideration to do.
Because you could.
Definitely.
it's another easy way to like get
So
around to
relate to the
everybody, and
students,
everybody uses those social media sites. So
And if you tweet, then you could put upload it onto YouTube and tweet the link round and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. See if we can go viral.
we've got a few links.
That'd be good. I had one more question, which was related to the jingle itself, which is: have you thought about, given that I think you're absolutely right, by the way, and it's really good, your evaluation of the success of radio jingles is really impressive, because actually they don't work, is the truth of it, because students don't listen to what's going on in the cage. They'll just think, what's that noise? And even the radio coverage itself covers the cage and here and very little else apart from the cafe. You know, as soon as you're outside D block or M block or anything like that, you don't hear it at all.
Yeah.
So your evaluation of that is superb. One of the ways that I was thinking as you were talking about that is whether there's any way you could persuade Mr. Sincere to he's the head of IT services, not head of IT but head of IT support, to upload the MP3 as the logon sound. Now this has come to me because a student in one of my other classes, I can't remember what year group, has this weird thing that it always says when he logs on, because someone changed it on his desktop and he can't change it back. So actually, if you could go and ask them, say it's 10 seconds long.
In ICT, do you mean Kevin and
Jeff, and particularly Jeff would be on definitely.
Yeah, Jeff, I'll definitely ask.
And just say, and we could do a 10-second version of it, so that it doesn't go on for 20 seconds, that might be a bit long, and just say, can you put this so that it plays on every login? Then when any student logs on, it will play, and they won't be able to stop it.
Can you imagine they'll be like, what's that? And then they'll be like, oh, it's the PMC, need to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's
I'll
actually a
talk
good
to
idea.
I'll
Do you know
talk to Jeff.
if
Jeff's not in this week, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him about Christmas back.
would we have to ask permission to do that, like from a senior or something? First?
No, I think if Kevin says it's okay, then it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because he will know what he's allowed to and what he's not allowed to do. But I think, particularly if you've engaged with, you make it clear to him that you've engaged with us,
Yeah.
and that we're obviously engaging with Mr. Bennett and everyone else, then actually it will work fine.
Okay.
It's definitely something else I'll talk to some people in IT about getting that played if we get a shortened version done.
Right.
Once we've got the first one done, we'll make it shortened. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. I feel very confident that you know what you're doing, and I feel very confident that the campaign will not only be very effective, but it will be better than we've had in the past. I feel very certain that you will raise awareness, particularly because you've done your research, you know how to raise awareness, and that you can then push for ticket sales with enough time. The one thing I would say is you can't push it too early, basically, as in there is no too early. If you were starting promoting it now, that would be good. So as soon as the tickets are ready, as soon as it's sold out, we're happy. Even if no one turns up, as soon as it sells out, we're happy. So if you mark it, I think 3 weeks before the event is probably pushing it slightly. If you have a few hitches, it becomes 2 weeks before. I would say push it 6 weeks before. In fact, probably push it from the auditions, which are in January. So you get 2 months effectively of hardcore
we'll start
promotion.
as soon as we come back after Christmas, pretty much.
Yeah.
Will the tickets be ready that time?
That is, yes, there will be. Yeah, there will be. But that's not your responsibility, that's ours.
Yeah.
There was only one more thing that I thought, which was, teachers. Now, not all staff go to assemblies, and certainly not all staff listen in assemblies, and certainly not all staff are bothered by the assembly. So actually, and the tutors, some will play it, some won't, depending on what's going on. So in terms of staff, actually, obviously we'll be promoting it in staff briefing. But actually it would be good if someone could compose an email to go round to staff, and then one of us can ping it round to everyone.
Yeah.
Because they do like to come. you know, and some will buy the tickets anyway. But there's a lot of new staff this year that won't know quite what it
What it
is.
is, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be good.
Google, attach the video, attach a link to the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very good. Superb.